Okay, good morning, everyone. Today we're going to learn about the question type of IELTS reading. It's about true, false, not given, and yes, no, not given. So here it is. I always remind you that about the basic exam techniques. What is the most important from this technique is the keyword technique, which this technique will be applied to all the question types in reading passage, and it will help you to find the keyword in the passage easier. Okay. For this question type, I mean, false, not given, true, or yes, no, not given. Here are some common mistakes that students always do. First, that students fail to understand the statement as a whole means. I mean that you have to compare what is the meaning of the question and what is the meaning of the sentences in the reading passage. After that, the second one is students fail to identify keywords in the statements, and often they're trying to find words that exactly match them in the text, and they're not paying attention to synonyms. And last, students fail to understand what true or yes, false or no, and not given actually mean and get confused. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Here are the difference between these two question types. True, false, or not given is when the passage is about facts. So the question should be, are the statements true or false according to the information in the passage? Okay. While for yes, no, not given, this is when the passage is about the writer's views. So the question, you have to answer the question, do the statement agree with the views expressed by the writer? So your answer should be yes, it is agree with the views of the writer, or no, or not given. If you have questions, just stop me and ask it, okay? Nah, you don't have to paying attention about these differences because that's not the essential one. For both this question type, we can approach both of this question type in the same way. Just think, is it correct? Is the statement in question correct or incorrect or not given when you compare to the reading past, okay? Here I give you an illustration. We have a married couple here. They try to looking for a house, and they meet a real estate agent. So this agent explained about this house, that this house has 2 large bedrooms and an indoor swimming pool. Pay attention that the house has 2 large bedrooms and an indoor swimming pool, okay? After that, the next day, this couple talks to each other, and she said that, I like that the house has 2 bedrooms and an outdoor swimming pool and a games room. Nah, the true, false, not given, or yes, no, not given, ilustrasinya seperti ini. True, because this woman say that the house has 2 bedrooms, so it is true. After that, she said that an outdoor swimming pool house has an outdoor swimming pool. It is false because you know that before I told you that the house has an indoor swimming pool. So this statement is false because it's contradict to what the real agent has said before, okay? And she also said that the house has a games room, which is the real agent, the real estate agent doesn't explain about that. There is no explanation about that, so it should be not given. There was no mention of a games room. Is it clear? Okay, let's move to the real question in the IELTS. Here, the illustration too. So in IELTS, you always have the same exact question like this. Question 1 to 3, do the following statements agree with the information given in the text? In box 1 to 3 on the answer sheet, write true if the statement agrees with the information, false if the statement contradicts the information, not given if there is no information in the statement. Here are the question, the sentence question, and this is the reading passage. Okay, what you have to do is look at the question and ask yourself first. For example, this one, Nina, the first question, Nina owns a pink iPhone. Does this statement say the same thing as the text? Does this first statement question say the same thing as the text? If it say the same thing, so your answer must be true. Okay? And the second is, does this statement contradict or say something different from the text? If this is different from the text or contradict the question, contradict this text, so your answer should be false. And the last, does this statement not actually mentioned in the text? You can find any answer at the reading passage, so your answer should be not given. Okay? For example, this one. Nina owns a pink iPhone. Does this statement say the same thing or contradict, or actually there's no information about this on the text? So let's read the text. Nina owns a pink iPhone. Nina has a new black iPhone. Nina has a new black iPhone. The passage said that Nina has a new black iPhone, while the question sentence, Nina owns a pink iPhone. So this should be false. Okay, the answer should be false. Number 2, here. Number 2, the gadget has an advanced technology. So let's read the text. She bought her phone at the electronics store for $300. She was accompanied by her father. Below, the gadget is a new model and there are many awesome tools to use. Here we have the keyword, we have the gadget is a new model and there are many awesome tools to use. The question is, the gadget has an advanced technology. So the question is, di sini kita punya kata advanced technology kan? While the text said that the gadget is a new model and there are many awesome tools to use. The question is a new model and many awesome tools to use equal to advanced? That's the question. You have to pay attention. For number 2, because we don't have enough information about is it an advanced technology or not, so the answer should be anyone could tell me what is the answer? Guys, are you there?
Not given, Miss.
Okay, good job. The answer should be not given because we don't know is it an advanced technology or not. Okay. And last, Nina owns a black iPhone. It's clearly it's true. Nina has a new black iPhone. Nina owns a black iPhone, so it must be true here. Okay, that's for the illustration. I hope you guys understand. That's the simple technique to understand what is the true, false, not given, and yes, no, not given question is about. So let's move to the next slide. Now here are the examples. You have to find the answer. Is it true, false, or not given? Here we have the question. In less developed countries, the industry could rely on cheap labor. By the way, don't forget, always always read the question instruction first. After that, you read the first question, okay? After you read the first question, you have to identify the keywords and then trying to find the corresponding keywords or synonyms in the reading passage. Here, you have 1 minute. You have 1 minute to do this task. Your time start now. Don't forget to send me your answer through chat privately to English Studio. Good job, Mr. Anam. Good job, Mr. Haris. Five, four, three, two, one, stop. Okay, good job, Mr. Rida, Mr. Claudia, Miss Patika. Please check your answer. Mr. Rida, Miss Claudia. Okay, Mr. Anam, could you please explain? Your answer is true. Why is that?
The answer is true because in the last sentence, the text says that the advantage of being able to provide low wage competition, it's mean that rely on cheap labor.
Yes, that's the correspondent synonym. Here we have in less developed countries, the industry could rely on cheap labor. And in the last paragraph, we have economically less developed countries. Here, sorry, let's see the answer. This is the keywords in the question. Less developed countries rely on cheap labor, and as Mr. Anam said before, that we have here less developed countries as the corresponding synonym, and the answer provide low wage competition, which means that it is cheap. Provide low wage competition. It's a cheap labor. Okay, so the answer should be true. Why? Because the statement here in the question say the same thing as the text. Okay, guys, any question? No? Let's continue. Here we have yes, no, not given. So you should answer yes or no or not given. By the way, if the question asking you about true, false, not given, and yes, no, not given, you should write the exact words like this. Okay, do not write the short form like y, like ye, and or ng. You should write the complete sentences, the complete words. Yes, no, not given. If you write the short form, will be likely that's incorrect. Okay, so here's task. You have 1 minute. So your time start now. Send me your answer through chat privately. Twenty seconds left. Mr. Anam, please check your answer. Mr. Rida, good job. Mr. Haris, good job. Miss Claudia, please check your answer. By the way, time's up. Okay, we have the correct answer from Mr. Rido. Mr. Rido, could you please explain?
Yeah, the statement is similar with the sentence in the second last sentence, as with wolves, bears, beavers, boar, blah blah blah. The link has been able to spread as farming has left the hills.
Yes, you spot the correct keywords in the text, but your answer is true, pay attention to the question instruction. You have to answer yes. Because here, yes, no, or not given, okay? So your answer is correct. You also spot the correct answer in the text. Here are the keywords. In the question, changes in agriculture practice extend the habitat of the lynx, okay? So changes in agriculture practice extend the habitat of the lynx in Europe. All this paragraph talk about Europe, so we have to find agriculture practice have extended habitat. Here we have the, like Mr. Rido said, the keywords is here. The lynx has been able to spread as farming has left the hills. Okay, farming has left the hills. It could be related to changes in agricultural practice. Has been able to spread as farming, extend the habitat. Has been able to spread. Spread means extend. Okay? Any question?
Miss, kalau yang kalimat terakhir gimana? Yang ada
What?
accept Britain itu.
Large-scale rewilding is happening almost everywhere. What's wrong with this? Mr. Anam?
Yes, the state in the last sentence is accept Britain, Miss. Padahal di situ kan ada Europe juga gitu loh. Maksudnya Britain kan masuk Europe.
Oh, large scale ini kayaknya berbeda ini ya. Berbeda apa namanya? Berbeda apa yang ini nggak directly terkait dengan ini, related to our statement. Kalau dibaca secara keseluruhan, coba kita baca ya. On a recent trip to the Cane Mountains, I heard several conservationists suggest that the lynx could be reintroduced there within 20 years. If trees return to the bare hills as were in Britain, the big cats could soon follow. There is nothing extraordinary about these proposals, seen from the perspective of anywhere else in Europe. The lynx has now been reintroduced to the mountains, the Alps in eastern France, and the mountains in Germany, and has re-established itself in many more places. The European population has tripled since 1970 to roughly 10,000, as with wolves, bears, beavers, boar, bison, moose, and many other species. The lynx has been able to spread as farming has left the hills. So, pertanyaannya adalah of the lynx in Europe ya. But kalau kita lihat secara keseluruhan, kalau misalnya sini cuma except Britain doang, ini nggak mempengaruhi sih menurut aku, karena ini kan cuma satu doang. Di sini sementara disebutin the lynx in Europe as general. Oke? Jadi kalau di sini cuma except Britain aja, kita nggak bisa mengesampingkan yang lain. Dan di sini juga udah jelas bahwa the lynx has been able to spread as farming has left the hills. Intinya adalah changes in agricultural practice have extended the habitat of the lynx. Yes or no? Yes. Di sini jelas disebutin lynx has been able to spread as farming has left the hills. Oke? Okay?
Oke, Miss. Thanks.
Jadi nanti diukur aja yang mana lebih berat nih. Ini kan udah jelas nih. Kalau di sini kan udah ketahuan pasti apa jawabannya. Hanya pertanyaannya adalah Britain masuk ke Europe apa enggak kan? Itu kan yang jadi pertanyaan Mr. Anam. Tapi kalau secara keseluruhan dilihat, ini udah jelas jawabannya adalah yes. Oke? Okay? Oke. Okay. The answer is yes because the statement say the same thing as the writer's view. Statementnya changes in agricultural practice have extended the habitat of the lynx. Di sini kita dapetin di teks, the lynx has been able to spread as farming has left the hills. Okay, let's move to the next question. You have 1 minute. You have to answer true, false, or not given. Your time start now. 30 seconds left. Don't forget, send me your answer. Okay. Mr. Harris, good job. Mr. Anam, Mr. Rido, please check your answer. Miss Tika, please check your answer. Okay, time's up. Your answer is so very. Okay, let's see, guys. Here we have Mr. Harris. Could you please explain?
I guess we can imply the answer from the last sentence that it stated that they told us to incorporate more physical activity, not explicitly state to keep the same body weight.
Sorry, which paragraph, which line?
Last sentence.
Last sentence here? Where? In the text? Last sentence in text?
Yeah.
With what word? What sentence?
The text told us to keep the physical activity, not the same body weight, not explicitly the same body weight.
Okay, sorry, I can't find it. Sorry, which one? From this text there's not right.
Yeah, incorporate more movement.
Incorporate more movement. Oh, this one. Incorporate more movement in your family's life park. Okay. Okay, guys. Let's see. Yeah. That's not the correct keywords there. You find the correct keywords is here. So we have according to healthy kids. We have the healthy kids keyword. First task for parents is to encourage their children to keep the same healthy body weight. Okay. So we have the keywords here, healthy kids. The first task is parents encourage the children have same healthy body weight. So yang pertama kita cari yang paling gampang adalah healthy kids. Karena ini udah pasti cepet banget kita bisa dapetin. So where is healthy kids? Here we have healthy foods, healthy kids. Elizabeth Ward, a Boston nutritional consultant and author of Healthy Foods, Healthy Kids. Okay? According to Healthy Kids, the first task is for parents to encourage their children to keep the same healthy body weight. So what is Elizabeth Ward from Healthy Kids say about this? Is it true? She said that first task for parents to encourage their children is to keep the same healthy body weight. Karena di sini disebutin says Elizabeth bla 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 from Healthy Kids, jadi apa yang dikatakan sama Elizabeth ini ada di sebelumnya. So you have to pay attention that. Jadi kita baca dulu. A prevention survey found that children whose parents keep in shape are much more likely to have healthy body weights themselves. Ini kita dapat beberapa keyword di sini. Contohnya adalah children whose parents, ada parents, keep in shape, are much more likely to have healthy body weights themselves. Pertanyaannya, nyambung dengan ini enggak? Sama enggak kok meaningnya, konteks artinya dengan ini? Enggak. There is nothing worse than telling a child what he needs to do and not doing it yourself, says Elizabeth Ward, a Boston nutritional consultant, bla bla bla, from Healthy Kids. Jadi kita bisa artiin bahwa Healthy Kids, through Elizabeth Ward, say that nothing worse than telling a child what he needs to do and not doing it yourself. Sama nggak? Atau kontradik nggak statement yang ada di sini dengan question statement? Jadi kalau kata Elizabeth Ward adalah nggak ada yang lebih buruk daripada memberitahu anakmu apa yang harus dilakukan dan kamu sendiri nggak ngelakuinnya. Sementara di sini dia sebutin the first task is for parents to encourage their children to keep the same healthy body weight. Pertanyaannya adalah, apakah yang dikatakan di question ini sama dengan yang dikatakan Elizabeth Ward dari Healthy Kids? Ada yang bisa jawab? Okay, the answer is that's a contradict statement. Okay, the answer is contradict statement. Di sini dia bilang tugas orang tua adalah encourage children to keep the same healthy body. Sementara di sini Healthy Kids dari Elizabeth Ward dari Healthy Kids bilang bahwa nggak ada yang lebih buruk daripada memberitahukan anakmu apa yang harus dilakukan. Oke, selanjutnya dia sebutin set a good example. Here we have set a good example and get your nutritional house in order first. Set a good example. Jadi dia bilang orang tua harus set a good example and get your nutritional house in order first. Daripada encourage your children to keep the same healthy body weight. Karena encourage your children atau sama dengan kasih tahu anakmu apa yang harus dilakukan, di situ dia sebutin bahwa itu adalah hal yang paling buruk dilakukan. Okay, so the answer should be false because this statement here, number one, contradict or say something different from the text here. Any question? Ada yang ingin ditanyakan, teman-teman? Jawabannya agak variasi nih, banyak yang sebutin not given. Atau udah jelas ya? Okay. I think that's clear. So let's move to the next question. Here we have, you have to answer yes, no, not given. We have the question and here's text. You have 1 minute, your time start now. Okay. Ini sama ya yang tadi. Ini. Sama dengan pertanyaan sebelumnya. Send me your answer to private chat. Okay, time's up everyone. Let's see your answer. Mr. Novel, please check your answer. Miss Tiara, please check your answer. Mr. Anam, please check your answer. Miss Claudia, good job. Miss Fatika. Okay, Miss Fatika, you are correct, but my instruction is yes, no, or not given. Mr. Rido, yes, no, or not given. Please check your answer. Mr. Haris, good job. Mr. Novel, good job. Please check your answer. Yes, no, not given. Mr. Rido, please check your answer. Mr. Novel, good job. Ms. Fatika, good job. Let's see who answer first. Miss Claudia. Miss Claudia, are you there?
Yes.
Explain your answer.
Okay. It states in the 1, 2, 3, 4, the fourth sentence, the link has now been reintroduced to the mountain, the Alps and the Eastern France and the mountains in Germany. Itu terus ada keterangan tambahan sih, except Britain di at the last sentence.
Good job.
Yes, for it. Ya, untuk informasi tambahan ada di bawahnya juga.
Yeah, good job. You spot the correct line that contains the keyword. So we have the keyword here. Britain, first European country, reintroduced the links. Is it Britain become the first European country to reintroduce the link? The answer is no, because here we have, like Ms. Claudia said, that the links has now been reintroduced to the mountain, the Alps in the Eastern France and the mountains in Germany. So Britain is not the first European country. Okay, The first is here, mountain Alps in the eastern France. The first is France and in Germany. Di sini juga seperti yang Miss Claudia bilang dan Mr. Anand tadi support this one. Large scale rewilding is happening almost everywhere except Britain. Berarti Britain memang benar bukan the first European country. Okay? The answer is no. The statement contradicts or says something different with the writer's view. Pay attention if the instruction say that you have to write yes, no, not given. So you have to write yes, no, or not given, not true, false. Okay? Good job, everyone. Let's move to the next question. Here we have true, false, not given question. You have 1 minute. Start now. Mr. Harris, good job. "20 seconds left. Miss Fatika, good job. Mr. Novel, please check your answer. Mr. Rida, good job. Mr. Rizwandi, please check your answer. Miss Claudia, please check your answer. Miss Tiara, good job. Mr. Anum, please check your answer. Okay, we have first. Okay, time's up, guys. Miss Tiara, are you there?
Yes, Miss.
Yeah, could you please explain your answer?
I couldn't find this like the statement that exactly the same say about the boys are high. The cholesterol level of boys are higher than girls. So I said I choose not given.
Okay, good job. Di sini sebenarnya di teks ada kata-kata yang merujuk ke sana. Jadi kita ini dulu ya. American Heart Foundation, you could find it here easily. American Heart Foundation. Cholesterol levels of boys are higher than girls. Jadi kata intinya adalah, is it higher, boys are higher than girls or not? Okay. So here, the cholesterol levels of boys are higher than girls. Your question is right. This is not given because American Heart Foundation, here we have by the American Heart Foundation. Jadi kita baca kalimat sebelumnya. The survey which monitored 711 to 16 years old found that 48% of girls and 41% of boys already exceed cholesterol levels set for children by the American Heart Foundation. Dia sebutin already exceeded safe cholesterol levels. Tapi pertanyaannya adalah, apakah itu higher, boys are higher than girls? Di sini kita nggak bisa dapat informasi sama sekali tentang yang menjelaskan apakah cholesterol level boys is higher than girls. Yang ada cuman kita dikasih informasi 48% of girls and 41% of boys already exceed safe cholesterol levels. Setelah kalimat selanjutnya pun kita ada juga dapat. It also found that 13% of boys and 10% of girls were overweight. Tapi ini udah overweight, bukan the cholesterol levels. So the answer should be not given because the statement here in number 1, question statement, not actually mentioned in the text. Okay, any question? By the way, thank you, Miss Tiara. Any question, guys? No? So let's move to the next. Practice test. Here we have practice test today. Sebelum kita masuk ke practice test, ada yang teman-teman masih bingung nggak di true, false, not given, yes, no, not given? Intinya adalah you spot the right keywords. After that, because this is a reading test, it will test your vocabulary. Jadi kalau misalnya kita ada kesusahan dengan vocabulary dari reading text, it most likely itu akan mempersulit kita untuk mendapatkan jawabannya. Jadi saran saya teman-teman, perkaya vocab kalian. Kalau misalnya pada saat kita praktis seperti ini, ada kata-kata yang nggak ditahu, teman-teman tulis. After that you find the answer, kan ada banyak tuh, Oxford, bisa thesaurus, jadi teman-teman bisa tahu itu artinya apa. Nah, dengan begitu itu juga akan memperkaya kosakata dari teman-teman. Oke, sedikit-sedikit, lama-lama jadi bukit. Nah, teman-teman bakalan mudah untuk ngerjain reading testnya. Okay, let's going through our practice test for today. We have, I think, around 11 questions. This is the question for number 1 and 4. Please pay attention to the question instruction. You have 3.5 minutes. Your time start now. Two minutes left. Please send me your answer through chat. Okay, we have one answer here. Good job, Mr. Riswandi. Ten seconds left. Okay, time's up. The next question, here we have question number 5 to 7. You have 2 minutes and a half. Your time start now. Thirty seconds left. Okay, time's up. Let's go to the next question. This is the last question we have. Let's see. For number 5. Right. Your time for this is 3 minutes and a half. 1 minute left.
Miss, jawabannya dikirim ke Miss kah?
Ke chat ya.
Oh, iya oke.
30 seconds left. Okay, time's up. Okay, guys, so your answer is quite common. Okay, let's see the answer. Okay, number one, Mr. Rizwandi, could you please explain your answer? Mr. Rizwandi, do you hear me? Mr. Rizwandi there? Okay, I guess you're not there. Okay, how about Mr. Nopal? Mr. Nopal, you there? Mr. Nopal, could you please explain your answer number one? I guess you didn't hear me. How about Mr. Ridho? Number one?
Yeah, Miss.
Could you please explain your answer for number one?
Number one is true.
Okay, number one is true.
Because when we saw the first paragraph in the top, it say if you wait, if you sleep 5 or more hours, and then the next sentence explain about another hours, maybe the answer is that, especially in your last year of high school for getting them into any university. I think the first sentence could be the support of the statement.
Okay, so your answer is true, false, not given. True, your answer is true based on this one. Okay, good job. That's the correct answer. Here we have the more hours students sleep, the less chance they have of getting into a good university. Why the answer is true? Because this statement is the same as what it is stated in the text. If you sleep 5 or more hours each day, especially in your last year of high school, forget getting into any university, okay? If you sleep 5 or more hours each day, the more hours students sleep, the less chance they have of getting into a good university. Forget getting into any university, okay? Di sini good university itu dari awal udah dijelasin. You may get into another university. This commonly known in Korea that if you sleep 3 hours a day, you may get into top sky university. Semakin sedikit kita tidur, semakin besar kesempatan untuk masuk ke perguruan yang bagus. Semakin banyak tidur, here we have the more hours students sleep, the less chance they have of getting into a good university. So the answer is true because the statement agrees with the information in the task. How about number two, Miss? Thank you, Mr. Ridho. Number two, Miss Fatika, could you please explain? Miss Fatika?
Number two, the answer is false because students still given the opportunity to have vacation in paragraph.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, some high school students are offered chance to travel with family to enjoy and fun and relaxing vacation. Okay. But this offer often refused on the first suggestion. Blah, blah, blah.
Good job, Miss Fatika. That's the correct answer. So number two is false. You spotted the right The correct sentences in the text. Surprisingly, some high school students are offered chance, so they are offered chance by their family or their parents, but the offers are often refused on the first suggestion. So this statement for number 2, students are rarely given the opportunity. Rarely, it's contradict with this. Okay, with this statement here. Rarely given the opportunity to have vacations because their parents want them to study. Dan yang kedua adalah nggak ada kata tentang their parents want them to study here. So the statement is contradict with the statement in the text. So the answer should be false. Okay. This is say the different thing with what is said in the text. Number 3, Mr. Anam, could you please explain? Thank you, Ms. Patika.
Yeah, my answer is not given is because in the second paragraph,
yes, here,
line there is that a vocational school, but not explained about the more competitive in job markets.
Yeah, so the answer should be not given, right? That's the correct answer. Number 3 is not given because here, as Mr. Anam said, here we have vocational schools. The keywords are the same, vocational schools, but in the text, do we have information about are they more competitive in the jobs market or not? Here we don't have any information about that. This is just state vocational schools specializing in fields, technology, agriculture, finance are available, which the students are employed after graduation. We just have information employed right after graduation, and we don't have more details. We don't have that information in text. So the answer should be not given. How about number 4? Mr. Alim, are you there? Mr. Alim? Mr. Alim? Ms. Wiwin, are you there? Ms. Wiwin? Okay. Any good answer for number 4? How about Miss Cordia? Could you please answer number 4?
Ya, Miss. Aku ya?
Sorry, siapa yang ngomong nih?
Putus.
Yeah, Miss Cordia, yes, you.
Oh yeah, aku. Yes. My answer is true.
Why your answer is true?
True. Because as we can see at the last paragraph, the Korean government has tried to crack down on the serious study habits in order to allow a more balanced system and find many special study schools. Jadi true.
Okay, let's see the question ya. Government finds have meant that most governments are now limiting the amount of students' study time, which has decreased the stress on students. Do we have which has decreased the stress on students in the text? We don't have that, right? Miss Claudia, yes, you spot the correct answer. The correct keywords or the correct sentence in the paragraph. You have to pay attention to the whole question sentence because it could be the other words or in the sentence we can't find any information here. For example, which has decreased the stress on students, we don't have any information in here, right? In the task. We just have the Korean government has tried to crack down. Yes. Government fines have meant that most Hakuns are now limiting the amount of student study time. Nah, pertanyaannya adalah, apakah semua Hakuns sekarang udah limiting the amount of student study time? Sepertinya enggak di dalam sini. The correct kita nggak tahu nih, apakah sudah limit semuanya udah limiting, most of Hakuns sudah limiting amount of student study time apa enggak? Coba kita baca. The Korean government has tried to crack down on the serious study habits in order to allow a more balanced system. Ya, mereka udah mencoba ada solusi and find many specialty study schools for teaching high school students as late as 2 AM or 3 AM after a full normal day of government operated school. Berarti enggak. Most Hakuns are now limiting the amount of student study time. Itu kita nggak punya. Kita nggak punya data sama sekali. Oke, kita nggak punya info. Some specialty study academies also offer classes before normal government schools open each morning. Dan yang kedua adalah which has decreased the stress on student. There is no information, any information in this. We can't find any information, so the answer should be not given. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, thanks Miss Claudia. Any question here? Nggak ada ya? Kita lanjut. Let's see the answer for number 5 to 7. Number 5, may I have the answer from Mr. Noval? Mr. Noval, could you hear me? Do you hear me? Mr.
Yes,
Noval? Yes. Could you please explain your answer for number 5?
The question is, you should arrive more than half an hour before your allocated starting time. My answer is false because it relates to the first point at the start paragraph. It is okay if we arrive more than half an hour before the starting time because it mentioned please arrive no earlier than 30 minutes before that time.
Okay,
so
you spot.
So if we not arrive more than half an hour, okay.
Okay, actually you spot the correct sentence that contains the keyword. Here we have arrive more than half an hour, and here we have 30 minutes before the time, half an hour before you allocated starting time. But unfortunately, the answer is not. Sorry, what is the answer? False ya. Tadi jawabannya false ya.
Yeah.
Nah, the answer is true. The answer should be true because here the question said you should not arrive more than half an hour. Jadi nggak bisa datang lebih dari setengah jam sebelum waktunya. Oke, di sini disebutin nggak bisa datang, jangan datang setengah jam lebih. Maksudnya 1 jam sebelum, harus datang 30 menit sebelum. Itu udah pasti. Di sini juga disebutin please arrive no earlier than 3 minutes. Jadi nggak boleh 1 jam sebelum dari waktunya. Hanya boleh 30 menit sebelum waktu yang udah ditetapkan. Jadi, if you see this, you should not arrive more than half an hour before you allocated starting time. This is the same thing said in the text. Please arrive no earlier than 30 minutes before that time. So the answer should be true. Okay? Nah, apa yang perlu kita highlight adalah you have to understand the whole meanings of the text. Okay, try to find the inti dari apa yang ingin dikatakan di question, and then you have to really pay attention. Is it the meaning same with what is stated in the paragraph or in the text? Okay. By the way, thank you, Mr. Nova. And number 6, Miss Wiwin, could you please explain? Miss Wiwin, are you there? Okay, we don't have Miss Wiwin. How about Mr. Rizwandi? Or Mr. Ali? Mr. Ali, are you there? Okay, we don't have Mr. Ali. Okay, Miss Fatika. Miss Fatika, could you please explain about number 6?
Number 6, the answer is true.
Why is it true?
Wait, Miss, I forget. I'm sorry, Miss. Actually, I didn't found the key.
Okay, so the answer should be because you didn't find any keywords. So the answer should be not given because we don't have any information about this. Okay? Your rider identity card will be sent to you before the event. Here we don't have the answer in the start. Could be here, write carefully. We put together as many facilities as possible to help ensure you have a trouble-free day. Your rider identity card. Ini aja yang kita cari nih, rider identity card. Ada nggak? But we also rely on you to write safely and with due consideration for other cyclists and road users. Although many roads are closed to oncoming traffic, this is not always the case, and you should be aware of the possibility that there could be vehicles coming in the opposite direction. Please do not attempt reckless overtaking while riding. Remember, it's not a race. Okay, nggak ada. Follow all instructions. Every report is made to ensure that the road is well signed and marshaled. Please obey all directions from police and marshals on the road. If you hear a motorcycle marshal blow his or her whistle 3 times, move left, nggak ada. Look out for this along the road. Most your rider identity card. Okay. Most are organized by voluntary clubs and the price give you real value for money. Okay, udah nggak ada. Berarti the answer is not given. Aduh, nomor 7 juga udah ada jawabannya. Okay, number 6 not given karena nggak ada sama sekali dari atas sampai bawah, nggak ada kata-kata rider identity card will be sent to you before the event. Number 7, karena sini nggak ada jawabannya jadi saya jawab aja ya. Refreshment are free to all participants during the ride. Why is it false? Because here we have kata-kata refreshment di sini berarti most likely jawabannya ada di last paragraph. Refreshment are free itu kata kuncinya adalah refreshment are free. Look out for this along the road. Most are organized by voluntary clubs and their prices. We have prices here. It means that that's not free because we have prices. So it should be false. Give you real value for money. Okay. Number 7 is false. Let's move to the last question we have today. Number 8 to number 11. Mr. Haris, could you please answer for number 8?
My answer is false, since we can find the keyword in the last sentence of the first paragraph. Australian culture has diverged significantly.
Okay, good job. Number 8 is false because here we have Australian and British culture have become gradually. Oh, sorry. No, it should be no. Instruction yes, no, not given. Okay. Australian and British culture have become gradually more similar over the years, as Mr. Harry said. Here is the sentence that contains the keyword. However, Australian culture has diverged significantly since British settlement. Okay, the answer should be no. Thanks, Mr. Harris. And number 9, Miss Tiara, could you please explain?
I'm sorry, Miss. It's crowded here. Number 9, my answer is yes.
Yes. Okay. Good job.
Because it's in the second paragraph.
Second paragraph here.
Politicians are generally disliked and disrupt who seek to lead most completely with the views of the electorate and electorate.
Okay, good job. That's the correct sentence. Number 9, the answer is yes. Politicians have to take the opinions of the electorate very seriously. And we have here politician in the text. Politicians who seek to lead must comply with the views of the egalitarian electorate. Must comply with the views of egalitarian electorate. It means that you have to take it very seriously. Who will punish any hint of arrogance or glory-seeking behavior? So the correct answer is yes, because this statement, this question statement number 9, agrees with the views of the writer in the text. Okay, thank you, Miss Tiara. How about number 10? Yang belum siapa ya? Number 10, Miss Fat. Sorry, Mr. Noval, could you please explain number 10? Mr. Noval, are you there?
Yeah, Mister. Okay,
yes. How about number 10?
Number 10 question. Australians tend to take sport much more seriously than New Zealand do. Actually, I found the keyword at the third paragraph. There is Australian and New Zealand have a rivalry, especially in certain sports such as rugby. And then I read at the whole paragraph in third paragraph. There is not mention about
much more.
Australia take much more than New Zealand. So my answer is not given.
Okay, your answer is not given, and that's the correct answer. You also spelled the correct sentence in the task. Your explanation also correct. Australians tend to take sport much more seriously. Is Australians take sport much more seriously than New Zealand? Here we have the keywords. Australia and New Zealand have a rivalry, especially in certain sports such as rugby league, rugby union, and netball. Rivalry is often compared to brothers in the same family competing against each other. Sampai ke bawah pun, sampai selesai di paragraf ini, kita nggak dapat informasi bahwa Australia take much more seriously than New Zealand. Good job, Mr. Noval. The last question, anyone want to answer? How about number 11? Siapa yang belum ya? Miss Fatika deh. Coba Miss Fatika.
Number 11 should be yes, because I think from the last sentence during the 2003 Rugby World Cup, the Gregorian rugby team arrived in Perth with crowd of Perth residents welcoming them with colorful support.
Okay, you spot the correct sentence in the text, but please pay attention to the question. The majority of residents, I know you, the majority of residents here corresponded with a crowd of residents, right? I know that a crowd of residents is more likely like the majority of residents, but is it the same thing? That's not, okay? Di sini kita hanya disebutin a crowd of Perth residents, kumpulan residents dari Perth, orang-orang Perth, crowd of Perth residents, but is it a majority of residents in Perth? We don't have any information about that. Okay, because we don't have any information about that, the answer for number 11 should be not given, because majority of residents is not the same as a crowd of Perth residents. Okay, so the answer should be not given. And that's the end of our practice today. Anyone wants to ask question? Ada Mr. Edi. Halo Mr. Edi. Oke, ada yang ingin bertanya nggak teman-teman? Agak susah ya yang yes no given ini ya. Ayo dong ngomong dong, jangan saya ngomong sendiri aja.
Lumayan, Miss.
Lumayan ya.
Ya.
Sebenarnya yang bikin susah apanya ya? Maksudnya teman-teman susahnya di mana nih?
Kayak similarity tadi, Miss.
Ya, emang kata-katanya di situ emang teman-teman dikecoh gitu. Jadi you have to pay attention. Kayak tadi yang majority sama crowd itu kan mirip-mirip ya. Tapi is it crowd adalah majority itu bukan gitu.
Kayak jadi nggak boleh berasumsi gitu ya, Miss.
Iya, stop assumption. Jadi yang harus teman-teman lihat adalah konteksnya, meaningnya benar apa enggak. Kata ini dengan kata ini sama nggak sih gitu. Banyak yang kayak gitu, majority, crowd, yang kemarin kita pelajarin tuh apa ya? Most sama numerous, itu juga beda loh ya, pay attention. Most people, numerous people, itu beda. Numerous people itu bisa dihitung, tapi kita nggak tahu is it most or not, oke? Okay? Oke, by the way, good job everyone. Hampir, meskipun bervariasi, tapi teman-teman saya harap udah ngerti konteks arti dari yes, no, not given, true, false, not given. Kapan kita harus when we have to answer true, when we have to answer false, and when we have to answer not given. I hope you guys understand from what we have learned today. Okay, kalau udah nggak ada pertanyaan, I think that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoy what we've learned, and have a nice day, everyone. Thank you. See you
Thank you,
next week.
Miss.
Miss.
Thank you.
Bye.